accept people for who they are, but put them where they belong. Boundaries in relationships are so incredibly important. And sometimes what we don't talk about are the boundaries that kind of are around relationships. So I like to think of a circle of friends. There is a popular saying that says, accept people who for who they are, but put them where they belong. And when I think about the different kinds of friendships in my life, that's truly understanding the capability and the desire that each friend has. Not everybody wants to be in the inner circle. Not everybody has the capability to be in the inner circle. And that's okay. You don't owe anyone unfettered access into your life just because they care about you. Somebody can care about you and not have access to the innermost thoughts and feelings that you have because you're just not ready to share them with them yet, or maybe never will be. So the idea of having different kind of circles of friends, you've got some friends that maybe love to go skiing and other friends who can't stand up on skis to save their life. You're not going to invite those friends to a ski trip. You're going to intuitively understand that this just isn't for them. And I think sometimes we have to think about that in terms as well for just our mental health and who are the friends that we can reliably trust on to carry the weight of what we're saying, and who are the ones that don't have the capability or don't have the desire. And it really truly is unfortunate when you have somebody who really wants to be there for you and they can't. They can't meet your emotional need, or they just don't have the skills that you need. That's not saying that that person doesn't care about you. It's just you understanding how much to let them in. How much information do you give them? How much of your feelings do you tell them? Because if they can't handle it, if they can't hold it, that's more harmful to you. And really, that's the important part here, is what is beneficial to you in your mental health and in your mental health journey. There's almost like this inner circle that is just you. There's a part of you that literally only you can know, right? There's parts of us that we absolutely cannot share with another human being at all. We just couldn't. We couldn't if we tried, because we have our own experiences and we can't share some of those experiences with other people. I can tell you that I was in a car accident when I was 16, and maybe you were in a car accident when you were 16, and so you think you understand, but you weren't in my car accident and you weren't in my body when that happened. So there is an element of this inner circle that only we can know. And that is really empowering, and that is really wonderful, because there is a soul that's you that you know pretty well, and nobody else can know them as well as you. And then outside of that circle, if you were just to open it up a little bit, you've got, like if you have a partner, usually they're in that part of the circle, maybe a really close friend or a parent or a sibling might be in that other circle just outside the main one. And as the circle continues to grow and get wider and wider, way out here, you've got people that like you meet at the grocery store. And sometimes that really helps to kind of imagine you at the center and all these other relationships kind of radiating out, and kind of thinking where they go in that circle, in that bigger circle. And it's not an insult. And in some people's circles, I'm in the inner core. And then in other people's circles, I'm way on the outside, and I'm okay with that. It's really important that we allow people to exist and move within those circles. You might have somebody who's super close to you that you could tell anything to, and time goes on and you kind of get a little distance, and they're slipping out into the other parts of the circle. And sometimes people get really upset about that. Sometimes people get really hurt and they wonder what they did wrong, and they wonder what happened to the friendship. And in a lot of cases, it's just life. That's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. That's going to happen. Friendships come and go. And, sometimes there are conflicts and big arguments. And I think that's important that we work through those things so that we can understand how to have healthy friendships. But what I'm saying is that there's just different levels that people are going to be in your life at different times. And that is okay. You're also going to be in people's lives at different levels. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't say anything about you as a person. It doesn't say anything about them as a person. It's just the way life is. And so understanding right now who are the people in my life, and right now what capacity do they have to help me? If I tell them something, is that overwhelming for them? If I'm sharing something going on in my life, is that too overwhelming for them? Maybe they're just not my core person right now. If I'm going through something, do they reach out and do they ask me how I'm feeling? Or do they wait until I bring it up again? And maybe I don't want that emotional load to bring up stuff to people. Maybe I want people to be thinking about me. So, who are the people that are thinking about me? Who are the people who take the initiative? They're more my core people. It's okay if people move around in the circle. That is a part of life. And the sooner you can accept that, then the better off you're going to feel about your relationships.